What's happening, everyone? Brian Mello here again over at Marty's Chevrolet in Bourne, Massachusetts. And in today's video, we're going to be going over this 2025 Chevy Equinox RS all-wheel drive. So let's get into it. All right, so today we're talking 2025 Chevy Equinox RS all-wheel drive, finished in sterling metallic paint with jet black interior with red accents. MSRP on this is $37,880. And if you're new to the channel, what I'm gonna do is a quick walk around the vehicle, show you some of the highlighted features there. Once we're done with that, I'm gonna put the window sticker up on the screen for you all to take a better look at. And then of course, we're gonna go over the interior as well. I always like to kick things off with the key fobs. You can see we've got our lock, we've got our unlock, we've got our remote start, open or lower the lift gate, panic button, and then we've got our blacked out bow tie there on the back. Now, first thing you do have to notice on this new 2025 Equinox is the beautiful LED day running lights. Big fan of this redesign. I think they did a phenomenal job. I always like to point out the pattern that runs underneath the LED light. I think that looks really nice in combination with your blacked out headlight housing. You've got projectors, of course. Looks a lot better than, you used to always get like the chrome housings or the clear housings. This adds quite a bit of contrast, especially with this sterling metallic paint, which the sun does look like it wants to behave. Even though it's a little dirty, you can see all the flake in that sterling metallic paint. I think it looks really, really nice. Now, RS, so most of this vehicle, all the accenting is blacked out. You can see we've got the blacked out grille. You've got your RS branding down here on the right, blacked out bow tie, and you can also see the front camera. And I'll show you how that works once we jump inside. Also, if I step back and go down here, you can see you've got your blacked out lower valance as well. Contrast, you can never have too much of it. Looks really nice. All right, as we go around the side of the vehicle, one thing I didn't mention yet, underneath the hood, you've got a 1.5 liter dual overhead cam turbocharged engine, and that's matched up to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Combined fuel economy is 26, and I'll show you the breakdown once we put the window sticker up on the screen. But first, let's take a look at our 19-inch blacked out wheels with machining. So anytime you hear blacked out wheels with machining, that's this machine work right here. So you've got the silver accents. Continental tires, it is a 235/55 R19 Continental Cross Contact RX tire. A lot of people forget about tires when they're shopping for a new vehicle. Continentals, Michelins, Goodyears, really good high quality tires. Continental, in my opinion, is kind of the top of the chain. After that, Michelin, after that, Goodyear. So make sure you're paying attention to the rubber that's coming on your new vehicle. Blacked out branding, Equinox here, blacked out mirror caps, blacked out roof, and you've got the roof rack, and I'm gonna stand back, give you a side profile of it. You do have color match door handles, keyless entry. You'll always notice you get the little button right here on the door handle. And if for some reason your key fob ever dies, this little cover, a lot of people go, how do I get in? You can pop this off, and then you can use your actual key that's inside the key fob. You press this button, can't do it with one hand, press this button, slide that out, and you have an actual key that you can get inside. As we go around the back, we've got our revised taillight design. Same thing, really a huge fan of black housings. You've got the black housing in the LED taillight. Love the way that the red wraparound looks really nice. LED third brake light. If you're wondering what this lettering is, this is how they show up right off the truck. This thing just came in. Rear wiper, blacked out bow tie. You've got your rear backup camera. You've also got the blacked out lower valance. You can see your Equinox all-wheel drive branding blacked out, RS over there on the right. And then of course you've got your rear backup sensors, these little dots in the bumper as well. I'm going to open the back and skip, well, I'm not gonna skip it. I'm gonna show you inside the back before we go over the window sticker, since we're already back here, right? Floor mats, before you ask, they're all wrapped up. We usually keep them wrapped up until someone actually buys the vehicle. That way they don't get all messed up from test drives. In the back, you do have an LED light. You've got a power outlet, so in case you're maybe at a kid's soccer game or hockey practice or whatever it may be, maybe you're at a football game, you need to charge something, you're tailgating, gives you easy access to power. You also have a lot of storage space back here. I know the vehicle, it's not as big as a Tahoe or a Suburban, but you actually might have more storage space than a Tahoe in the back. I don't know if anyone that's opened the back, the third row kind of takes up a lot of space. I've seen people with 2 almost full-size dog crates back here, so plenty of room. And if you need more, you can actually grab these little handles. I'll show you once we get in the back, and these will fold flat super easy. You can do it with one hand. I'm gonna go ahead and put the back down. And let's go ahead and put the window sticker up on the screen right now for you guys to take a peek at. So I'm not going to go over every single thing on the sticker. We'll keep you here all day. I'll go over the highlights. So obviously 2025 Equinox RS all-wheel drive. You can see sterling gray metallic exterior, black with red accents, 1.5 liter turbocharged dual overhead cam engine, 8-speed automatic transmission. Standard vehicle price is $35,000. We added the panoramic sunroof. Total options, you add it all in, destination charge, all said and done, you're looking at $37,840. And even at standard vehicle price, the thing comes with a lot. HD rear vision camera, adaptive cruise control, reverse automatic braking, rear cross traffic alert, IntelliBeam headlights, forward collision alert. I mean, base on one of these is not exactly base, in my opinion. But you'll see once we get inside. Now, if you're on a smartphone, you can take a screenshot if you want to save this. If you're on a computer, you can hit print screen. The only other thing I'll show you quickly, over in the bottom left corner, you can see 24 miles per gallon city, 29 highway, and then 26 combined. I'll leave that on the screen for another second, and then I'm going to take it down in 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's take a look in the back seat. Now, I'm going to show you the door first because I used to always forget showing the door. I've been making these videos forever, and people used to yell at me, you forgot to show us the door. So I'm pretty good about not forgetting the door anymore. You can see you've got a kind of a cross pattern here. Hopefully the camera's showing that. And then you've got this red and blue stitching as contrast. When we get inside the back seat, you can see we've got our jet black interior. We've got red contrast, red stitching here, red and blue. This drops down, doubles as your armrest and cup holder. I don't think this has changed in forever. I remember these even as a kid. You always dropped down, had the armrest and the cup holder. Now, if you needed more space in the back, really easy. You're just gonna grab this handle. I'm doing this with one hand and camera's in my other hand. Drop that down, and you're done. On the other side, you drop that full side down. So maybe you just need a little bit more space, maybe you need even more space, you can do that, or fold both down, obviously. Same thing to put it back up, just grab it one hand. You can do it one finger if you really want to, and you'll hear it snap in, and you're good to go. On the back of both seats, you've got the map pockets, so a place for your kids to store some junk, because we all know that's what's gonna happen. USB-C, you do have 2 of them, thank God, because you don't want people fighting over who's got the charger. So you've got 2 of those, you got your vents, plenty of places for storage, plenty of places for the kids to put junk in their toys. But let's go up front because that's what most people are really interested in seeing. Show you the door. There's a look at your door. And let's hop inside. All right. Now, I always let everybody know, I do try to go through this relatively quickly so that you're not sitting here forever. However, if you have any questions, leave those in the comments and I will do my best to address those. That was satisfying. All right, so starting on the left side, we've got our power windows, power mirror controls, power door locks. We've got the red accents matched up with that kind of cross pattern. I love the way that GM used to be really, really basic interiors. Everything was just black plastic, flat, not a lot of like design elements. You can see now a lot more design, stacking of different material types gives it a much, much better look in my opinion. We've got our electronic parking brake, all-wheel drive button, auto hold, auto start and stop, and then we've got our gauge cluster brightness. Jumping up here to the steering wheel, we've got our cruise control, our forward collision alert. Over here on the right, we've got our Bluetooth hands-free controls. We've got our heated steering wheel. I know we're finally out of winter now, but let me tell you, this is the best thing in the world come wintertime. Also, this little button here, I'd like to point this one out. If we look at our gauge cluster, it's an 11-inch digital instrument cluster. And this right here is my favorite display. You can show your maps right on this display. You still have your miles per hour over here on the left. You still have your distance till empty. This is the way that I drive, and I leave it like this. If you don't like this screen, you can hit that button again. Once again, it's this one right here on the steering wheel, and that's going to take you to, so we're looking at forward collision alert. You can have your audio over here on the right. I'm going to hit that again, and here's kind of like your base. If it'll focus in. Doesn't want to focus in, kind of, sort of. You guys get it. Your shifters right here, it's similar to like how Mercedes-Benz has it set up. Put your foot on the brake. Now I'm in drive. Now I'm in park. And of course you can see it corresponds on the screen as well. On the back of the steering wheel, you also have your volume controls. You can see I'm tapping those right now, up and down, and paddle shift. That brings us over to our big HD touch display. Screens are getting bigger and bigger in these things. I believe this is 11.3. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, FM, Sirius satellite radio. You've got Google Assistant, Amazon Alexa, Apple CarPlay. You have Android Auto. Super easy to use. I'm sure most of you by now are familiar. Just plug your phone in, you're good to go. Your camera system, if I tap camera, you can see I'm looking at someone going by me right now. If I put her into reverse, you can see the indicators turn on. I can also turn parking sensors. I can change the brightness. Or this is my headlight controls, sorry. Headlight controls. I'm going to go back into park. Let's see. Your climate controls can be done from inside. However, I always tell everyone I am very, very happy to have physical controls still underneath. So you can do everything here, but you also still have all your physical controls down low. So your heated seats, your digital climate controls, you can adjust your temperature here. You can have it synced, so the way that it's set up right now, everything's synced. So whatever you do on one side, it'll do on the other. One other thing I like to show everyone, this is the, GM will be mad at me for this, but if you go into, I believe it is vehicle, buckle to drive is something that drives me crazy. If you get in the vehicle, you can't actually go into drive until you've disabled that. It's kind of a pain, just annoying. I want to show you the radio. So there's all your options. If I go to Sirius, you can see the way that it is laid out there. Looks really nice. I can go to my different channels. I can swipe through all of them if I want. Of course, you can also have your phone set up. If you tap and hold any of these icons, you can actually move them around. A lot of people don't know that. Let me go back into park and show you the maps. We could do a 45-minute demo just on this screen. So there's your map. Once again, you can put this whole map right here in front of you, and that's the way that I like to have it set up. But if you prefer the more traditional look at the map over here on the screen, you can do that as well. You can also split the display. If I hit this button here, that's going to split the display. So now I have the radio on the left and I have the maps on the right, but you can also hit the pencil and you can customize that as well. Switch to Google Assistant, switch to your trip information, switch to your audio, however you want that to be laid out. It's up to you. You do have your 5G Wi-Fi hotspot in here if you need that. And that's kind of that's the basic rundown of the system. Down low underneath your HVAC controls, hopefully you guys can see you have a USB-C USB port. This is rubberized, so whatever you put down here is not going to slide around all over the place. Wireless charging, your mode selector. So if I give this a spin, you can see I'm in snow and ice mode, off-road mode, normal mode. You've got your cup holders, a storage change junk area, and then inside here you've got your little console as well. Over on the right, you've got your glove box. And then up high, we've got a place to keep our sunglasses. We've got our big panoramic roof along with the controls, your OnStar buttons, and your LED interior lighting. And that, my friends, is the sort of quick rundown of this 2025 Chevy Equinox RS. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you got some benefits, if you learned something new, if you could do me a favor, just hit the like button, helps me out, help me keep my job. You can hit subscribe if you're feeling extra generous, and I will see you all in the very next video. Or come by, buy this thing. Marty Chevrolet in Bourne. We'll see you soon. Take care.